Welcome to another Alexandra Mayers Live. We're just going to let this song finish up before we get started. Tonight is going to be a great show. Lots to talk about. What's up, Adam? I see you out there. Hey.
Yay.
How you doing? What's up?
Fine, how about you?
I am great. Let's just let this song finish up, and then we have a lot to talk about. Everything from politics to new websites popping up on the internet all over the place. Lots to talk about tonight, and I am feeling great. Hope y'all are feeling good too. All right, everyone. Welcome once more to another webcast of Alexandra Mayers Live. And already we have Adam in the chat, in the Google Hangout. And for those of you who also want to join in on the Google Hangout, all you got to do is visit me on Twitter at Alex Mayers Live. And right there, you'll find a link to the Google Hangout, and you can join in on the conversation if you want. But how did your week go, Adam? What's going on? How's it going?
It went by. It flew by so fast. The work week flew by so fast. So happy that the weekend is here.
Oh, me too. I am so happy that the weekend is here. So much happened this week that was kind of weird politically. Everything from George W. Bush, of all people, coming out to talk about how it is just blasphemous to be an angry white male supremacist. I was happy to see that. Yeah,
you talking about the former president H.W. or former president George H.W. the former one, the one.
I'm talking about the former president, George W. Bush. He did a speech just recently. He hardly ever talks about politics anymore, but he just came out and he decided to condemn the angry white supremacists. Yes, he did.
After he left office in 2009?
Yeah. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But you know what? Before we really get into politics, I do have a major announcement to make when it comes to the game being changed, when it comes to the adult entertainment industry blogosphere. There is a new website that just popped up, and it has a forum that I already registered on because I have a lot of things that I want to share with this website. There is a new website out called PimpWikiLeaks. 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 It's new, and I believe it to be the cure to a lot of problems that are plaguing the adult entertainment industry. And we're not even going to talk much about the adult entertainment industry tonight, but I do encourage all of you to visit PimpWikiLeaks. There is a forum that is free to join. Anyone can join, and they can release any kind of information that they want to, as long as it's as factual as they believe it to be, about problematic pimps. Lots of interesting posts are already on that website, so maybe we'll talk about that another day. But again, everyone, I have joined the PimpWikiLeaks forum, so I think all of you should too. I think it's going to change the world. That website, I anticipate, is going to go viral any day now. So, you know what, though? Speaking of the adult entertainment industry, I don't know if you saw this, Adam, but I did. Apparently, Larry Flynt is offering people upwards $10,000 if they have any information that will lead to Donald Trump's impeachment.
I can't wait for his impeachment.
Hey, you know, I mean, the question is, will Larry Flynt live to pay that $10,000? Because, look, I've just come to accept the reality of this presidency. I think everyone already knows what my opinion is. but I think we gotta just kind of let this ride out because it's so crazy and it's gone so far. But you would think that Larry Flynt, of all people, would be for Donald Trump. I mean, Donald Trump and Larry Flynt actually have quite a bit in common when you really think about it. But being that, Hugh Hefner just died a week or so ago, my opinion on that is that Larry Flynt decided to, stretch his pimp muscles and say, now I'm the big pimp in town, and I'm going to undo everything that Hugh Hefner did, including trying to destroy and disband his greatest accomplishment. Because honestly, Hugh Hefner's greatest accomplishment, when I really think about it, is that he somehow managed to get our current president on the cover, to pose actually for the cover of Playboy magazine many years ago. I mean, it's insanity. When you really think about that, we basically have a Playboy cover model as president as of current. So I don't really think that Larry Flynt's offer has much to do about politics. I think it has strictly to do with Larry Flynt wanting to be the big pimp in the porn industry. Because, I mean, if I had information that would lead to Donald Trump's impeachment, the last person I would give it to would be Larry Flynt. Because Larry Flynt is not just a pimp, but he's a guy for sale. That's what all pimps are. All pimps are for sale, and their worst nightmare is being pimped themselves. So, I mean, let's say that someone actually had this information that they could give to Larry Flynt. You know what I think Larry Flynt would do? I think as soon as Larry Flynt got it, he would just give it to Trump and say, I was just kidding. I didn't really want you impeached. Here, let me just hand over the person who could possibly get you impeached. That's what I think about Larry Flynt, because you cannot trust a pimp. Not at all. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit. Let's see. Well, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about George W. Bush, of all people, being the ones to essentially tell the tiki torch carrying, angry white male supremacists to tone it down a bit. Because I didn't expect that this week. And I'm wondering if anybody else expected that this week. Because I think that there's something else that's about too. First off, I kind of feel that his mom has been holding him back for a while when it comes to saying something about Trump. And she's been doing it on purpose because she knew that once she opened that Pandora's box, it would never be able to be closed. Because George W. Bush, he's a man looking for a fight all the time. And it's just crazy that of all the people who would have to come out and tell Trump, hey, stop, stand down a little bit, George W., I think George W. innately might be thinking to himself, well, shit, I thought I was supposed to be the president for the angry white man. But now, Trump? That boy from New York City? That's what I think went through George W.'s mind. So this is going to be an epic fight. Trump versus George W. Bush. I think that is precisely why Trump just made the announcement that he's going to release the JFK papers. Because he's just trying to show out before George W. comes knocking on the door. Because George W.'s already on the porch. But if George W. goes toe-to-toe with Trump, Trump will not survive. Because George W. Bush is crazy, in my opinion. In my opinion, That is the crazy one. So that's gonna be epic. Ooh, can't wait. Can't wait. So let's see what else is going on. Ooh, I wanted to talk about Alex Jones a little bit because it's time to put Alex Jones away. It's time for InfoWars and Alex Jones to be put back in the attic where it belongs. I mean, the fact that they're trying to act like they're the only ones who have been privy or who have noticed that there has been a major pedophile problem in Hollywood for a long time is just appalling to me. The fact that Alex Jones, who is one hell of an actor, but when he's acting like he's acting, he can't seem to act. Just the fact that he had the nerve to pick up a chair just recently in his studio and act like he's going crazy and throwing the chair because there was some sort of a news story about drag queens reading to children. Well, Alex Jones, you should have been throwing chairs years ago when myself and my ex-BFF, formerly known as Desi Fox, currently known as Diana Graham Mason, were spilling all sorts of beans about a pedophile cover-up in Hollywood and most notably in the porn industry. Yes, in the pornography industry. Alex Jones, at that point in time, you knew what Fox and Foster were unleashing, yet you chose to ignore us because we were women, and I know it. So, Fox and Foster has since disbanded. I did retweet one of our greatest episodes where we're specifically talking about the pedophile problem in Hollywood and the porn industry and the problem with pimps in the porn industry. In that particular webcast, we discussed Corey Feldman, Hugh Hefner, and quite a few other people. But Alex Jones, you're just kind of over, in my opinion. I think you should be replaced by Diana Graham Mason, formerly known as Desi Fox. I do not want involvement with InfoWars at all. And I don't even talk to Diana anymore. But what I will say is that the InfoWars and the powers that be behind InfoWars have pathetically missed the boat when it came to Diana, because that woman could pick up that baton that Alex Jones just dropped unlike anybody. I mean, really. And that David Knight, who hosts the show, I think that he's a little bit of a chauvinist. Just my thought there. But let's see, what else did I want to talk about? I guess there's one more thing I wanted to mention that I saw in the news recently when it comes to the pornography industry. I believe that Mark Spiegler, as of current, is being targeted with extraordinarily anti-Semitic racism or prejudice or bigotry, whatever you want to call it. He is under attack from some very anti-Semitic people because I noticed on the Reddit platform or the Reddit network that someone equated Mark Spiegler's look, his appearance, to Harvey Weinstein. You know, that guy who's been accused by all the Hollywood actresses, accusations that he hasn't even disputed, with the exception of Lupita, and I think that's because she's black. But I don't think, it might surprise many of you that I'm saying this, but I don't think it's right to equate Mark Spiegler to Harvey Weinstein, because from what I've observed, and I've never met him in person, I've only spoken to the man on the phone, but from what I've observed, Mark Spiegler doesn't hit on the porn stars. I don't even think he's really into women. Just an opinion. I think he's definitely a jerk, and I think he definitely keeps the wrong company, especially considering his affiliation with that criminal Sean Tompkins. But do I think that he's a predator? No, not at all. I think he's a predator of a different sort, but not a sexual predator. So I don't know. Maybe somebody should look into that because I felt like that was a bit of anti-Semitism there. Just because the two men both appear to be Jewish doesn't mean that they look alike. So let me go ahead and welcome Anthony to the show. Welcome, Anthony. How are you doing today? I don't think Anthony can hear.
Yes, I can.
Oh, he can hear? Okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. Can't complain.
I don't know if I believe you.
I really can't complain. Well, I was depressed last week because I didn't talk to my friend last week because I had some unexpected company come through. But my week is getting better since I'm talking to you, so I'm straight.
Oh, you're sweet. Well, we're here, and I have a few other topics that I could talk about tonight, or I could save them, but you know, you're a resident political expert. What do you want to talk about? I kind of touched on some of this week's topics, but what do you want to focus on tonight, Anthony?
Well, going back to what you did last week with the California withdrawing or doing away with the HIV felony thing. That kind of tickled a nerve in me.
Well, there's more news when it comes to what California is going through legally right now with the porn industry, and I'm glad you brought that up because as of current, there is a case that was just approved to move forward. It's actually an appeal for a lawsuit in regards to overturning the prostitution laws in California. That just happened, I guess, yesterday. So not only is HIV no longer a felony in California, but they're going to go ahead and I guess they're going to test the waters when it comes to opening the gate to just going ahead and being like certain counties in Nevada and legalize prostitution.
That one I have to marinate on a little bit because
Yeah.
I don't think California. Remember, it took Nevada a long time to finally master there.
And they still haven't.
And they still have.
All you got to do is check out PimpWikiLeaks to learn about that.
I've yet to check it out, but I think I will.
I joined the forum.
Since that person did friend me on Twitter, so I might check it out just to see what it's about.
It's actually a good site. It's not an evil site. I will say that.
Okay.
I'll say that.
I'll check that out. But back to what's going on this week with. I love what George W. and Daddy did. I think Trump right now knows somewhere in the back of his head he knows something getting ready to come down.
Oh, it's going to be bad.
So he's trying to put as many distractions in front of him as possible.
That's what the distraction was today. They were like, "Oh shit, George W. is coming! Quick, what's in our emergency file? Oh, the JFK. Throw that out there. Yeah.
And the one thing he still doesn't understand is that, and I think one of his contemporaries on CNN kind of said it best. We have never had a president in his first 200 days of office not successfully have a bill or a law passed.
Right.
He said now he's undone a lot of Obama stuff. He's put certain other things out there for other people to marinate on. But what has he actually done?
Nothing. Yeah.
And that's such a true statement. You want to get rid of Obamacare, you can't. So now you have to dismantle it this way in order to try to prove your point. Which again, that's gonna fail anyway because you get rid of subsidies, you just jump the deficit up another $200 billion. Right. They already told you that. So you still rather do that increase the deficit. Hopefully, you get your debt ceiling passed. Still haven't passed anything for the government to keep running after October 1st, after October 31st.
Mm-hmm.
You still right now your Senate kind of passed a little resolution to help with your tax reform, but again, that still got to go through the House, and you got competition in that. You insulted a Navy military widow and his mother in front of a congressperson, and you gonna deny it, which again, that's your nature. So you still haven't done or shown me anything to tell me that you're president. I mean, just be honest and simple.
Well, I don't think that he wants to be president anymore. That's really what. I mean, he can't do anything. His whole lifestyle is changed. He's basically a prisoner at this point. He doesn't really get to do anything. What were you calling him? A duck in the water, or just kind
He's
of
just
like
right now.
a
He's
lame
almost
duck. A lame duck president. That's what he is right now. He can't. He doesn't. He does not really want to be president anymore. All this hoopla that he's done over the past few years, in my opinion, kind of parallels what I was mentioning about Larry Flynt earlier in regards to Hugh Hefner being dead. Larry Flynt now wants to, stretch his muscles and be like, ha ha, I'm the big pimp publisher now that Hugh Hefner's gone, and I'm going to undo everything he did, including try to take down Trump with my $10,000 reward. So, I mean, it's no different than what Trump is doing when it comes to Obamacare and Obama's legacy. Obama's out of office, so Trump decided, I'm going to be the big man now. I'm the big pimp president, and I'm going to undo the previous guy. It's the same shit.
But the problem is Obama's legacy wasn't just about his laws and what he passed.
Right.
What's more embarrassing to him is like Obama has an elegance, professionalism, and a style that
Yes.
even though you might not like some of the things he did as president, style-wise, maturity-wise, the way he spoke,
Well,
his
I'll tell you
candor.
the one blessing, to look on the bright side, because I'm trying to do that nowadays. Trying, being the key word. But the good thing about Trump is that look at how much better he makes Obama look.
Mm-hmm.
We never would have known how you and I, we knew how great Obama was, or is rather. It's not like he's in the past. He's coming back out. He's on the campaign trail right now. But a lot of people really would not understand how, just how wonderful he is if it weren't for what's happening in the White House right now. So, hey. Yeah.
But
So,
it's I'm just want to see what are they going to do. It's October now. You got 2.5 months to get something done. If you can't get something done between now and Christmas, dude, you might as well just hang up 2020. You might as well just go ahead and say, look, I'm just trying to last this out, and I'm getting out.
I don't think he's gonna do the full term. We talked about that last week. I really don't think he's gonna do the full term. I think that the one theme, and I said I was going to try to be more fair with Trump in my little Periscope video, so I'm not going to go crazy tonight. But he does seem to be someone who consistently lives in the past. So, I mean, when it comes to these JFK classified paper releases or whatever, who cares? It's in the past. It's over. Who cares? I mean, if he wants to release some classified information, release the information about the aliens. That's present to future. Release that. I don't care. What's JFK? It's gone. It's over. It's over with. Done. Tell me about the aliens. Tell me about Project HARP. Tell me about that hadron, that collider. You know what I'm talking about. That atomic collider and what all's going on with that. Don't tell me about, you know, the guy that
JFK.
Marilyn Monroe was fucking. We already know what was going on. He was fucking Marilyn Monroe. That was one of the first times that the porn industry got into the White House. And look, we're right back to that time right now. Okay? We're back. Okay? Now we got Playboy in the White House. All right. Tell me about the aliens. All right. So anyway, I saw that Bill Mayer clip that you sent me. What wasn't it, Bill Mayer? I think it was. Yeah. I saw that. That was interesting. I really like that.
He is one of the few. Like, if you ever get a chance to watch his show, you will be totally amazed at how here's a comedian. He gets some of the most interesting people. Like the person he had on there last night was a black gentleman who befriends KKK members, convinces them to get out, and takes their robes. He has collected like 45 robes. But what he's taught them was like, he asked the guy, why do y'all burn the cross? He said, well, the cross is there for two things. It's purifying the white race, and it's sending the life for Jesus Christ to come down. When he told him that, he was like, oh, no. He was like, he said, you're not a Christian. He said, why? Because if you read the Bible, it's actually the opposite. Jesus is supposed to send the light down to pick you up and bring you to heaven, not to call him down.
Well, that's a good point. You know, I want to find that clip and I want to watch it. I'm sure it's somewhere on YouTube, but that's really interesting. Because
it blew my mind when he came on, and you saw a couple of videos with some of the robes that they have given to him when they have gotten out. So it's just.
Well, I'll tell you, I think George W., part of the reason that he made that announcement or that speech just, yesterday or the day before is because I think he's actually trying to warn the angry tiki torch carrying neo-Nazi white males, because these people who are supremacists, these white supremacists that have been supporting Trump, they're about to be in for a big surprise because they got played. Everyone keeps forgetting about Jared Kushner, but I don't. He's right there. It's like, how are you going to be a white supremacist saying Trump is our savior, la, 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 and then you have Jared Kushner right there. So, I don't care either way at this point, but I'm just saying, how is it that these people can be blind to this? But, now the question is, have the white supremacists really been as supportive of Trump as we think, or were those also Russian trolls?
Wow.
Because, they're going to blame the Russian trolls.
I'm just waiting for this Russia probe to really come through. Once this Russian probe comes through, I think he's gonna run. He's gonna run for the hills so quick you won't see him no more.
Well, what's gonna happen? That probe is gonna end up uncovering things about Melania. I mean, what Bill Mayer was saying in regards to the KGB in that clip, just. I mean, when you look at Melania, does she not look like your stereotypical James Bond KGB villain? Like a sexy villain. She just does. That is the spy. She's not tricking me with that little accent of hers. Oh, everybody.
Oh my goodness! I never thought of it that way. I never did.
She looks like a sexy villain straight out of the KGB camp from a Bond movie. I mean, I feel like she's like, I told you about this before. I think that at night she puts on like a latex outfit and like does a cartwheel or a flip out of the White House, and goes and does all sorts of stuff. But
here's what tabloids have been saying. There might be a twin Melania in the White House because they said there was
Oh,
a
I
couple.
think I saw something about that. They were saying like a
Hmm.
body double or
Yeah.
something. You know what? I wouldn't. I think it could happen because there's a lot of twins that have like a really famous sister, and people don't really realize that they're a twin. Like remember
Right.
Tiger Woods' wife. She
Right.
was an identical twin, and
Right.
I always kind of thought that was the reason Tiger married that one because I think he actually got two for the price of one with that deal. I could be wrong, and it's horrible what happened to the woman, but still, I think like that. But no, it wouldn't. I mean, we don't really know much about her, but you know
Mhm.
who would know? And I guess I'm going to have to ask him. I'm going to have to ask that prince who I interviewed, who photographed her naked all those years ago, because I have in contact with him. Maybe he knows something about that because in that area of the world, they do tend to have a lot of children. So if it's not a twin, it could be a
Yep.
sister.
That's true. So, but it just blows my mind of what's going on. And you look at the news. My mother kind of got to the point where she don't watch the news no more. I do. I want to see what's all going on in the world.
You're a
And
glutton for punishment. Me too.
no, because
Yeah.
you can take something. You take all the badness that we got going on in this world,
Hmm.
and you always try to look at the brighter things from the inside out.
Right.
So.
Well, there is good in this world. I firmly
Mhm.
believe that. I have to. But I mean, it's just getting. Oh, here we go. Okay, I'm looking at this, and I said I wasn't gonna follow CNN anymore, but I can't help myself. Um, the latest CNN headlines for today is Obama, the Bushes, Clinton, and Carter team up for a benefit concert. I mean, they're like a bunch of little gang. Like the way that they have them lined up here, it's like they're a little gang or something. And they're like, all right, time for a fight. It feels almost like that Michael Jackson "Beat It" video. So, yeah, that's where we're at now. That's right, Adam. That's right. I guess I'll have Obama out front. You
I
know.
think I think Trump will bite the dust before his term is up in 3 years from now.
I agree with you, Adam. I definitely agree with you on that. I don't think he's going to make it because he is going to want to enjoy his final years on Earth because he knows he can't take his money with him. So
Because he
he's
can't be living here forever.
yeah, he's not going to want to. He's not going to want to deal with this.
I'm
It's
so done with his administration.
aren't we all? Aren't we all? It's time for it to end. It's time for it to end. But I'm just going through the headlines to see if there's anything. Well, I really do want to make this like my final webcast saying anything about the adult industry for a long time, but this is just a thought. It's not related to anything in particular, but it's just a thought I had when it comes to how porn stars are listed by their agents in
Mhm.
regards to what they're available for,
Mhm.
because there is a change that, and this is kind of, I guess, like my parting request when it comes to this, but it's very, it's so demeaning. I mean, everything about it is demeaning anyway, but it's so demeaning for the girls who are not available for much to say that they're available for a hand job. It's really demeaning. I think because you can have a girl who really doesn't do much of anything. She might do nude modeling. She might do girl girl. Maybe she even does boy girl. But to also always like mandatory, they always list, oh, she's available for hand jobs too. It's just sick. It's sick because right there, you take it out of the realm of modeling, and you're just throwing it into the realm of just dirty, nasty prostitution. Because the porn stars, they try to say, "Oh, I'm a porn star. I'm not a prostitute." Well, it's like, why do they allow that term hand job? Why not say, d- they could say digital manipulation, digital stimulation, even, but not. So that's just something that crossed my mind. I wanted to get that off my chest. It's just bothered me forever. I think it's very just, ugh. It takes any ounce of class or sophistication away from the porn star, and I guess that's what it's meant to do anyway. But to the girls, if you remember ever just one thing that I've said over the years, if there's just one change that you're willing to stand behind, get rid of that descriptor hand job because it makes you look bad. So, I don't know. I don't think I have anything else to talk about today. What about you, Anthony?
No, I'm just glad I get to talk to my friend this week. So my week is made.
Well, thank you.
So
Thanks. I appreciate you taking time and coming on here. I had a long week. I didn't make it yesterday. I got a little emotional in the evening. And I was like, no more. But of course, I'm back and I'm here. So, yeah. I had a long week. And I'm a little drained. After this webcast, I'm going to go right to bed. Nothing exciting happening over here.
oh yeah, and I listened to your I love you song and your 37
Well,
song
loved past tense.
past tense.
Loved. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's based on a song. It's actually a remake of an old friend of mine's song, and he performs it far better than I ever could. But that was just something I felt like putting out there. So I'm glad you saw that, and that's cool that you heard the little idea for "He Died at 37."
Mm-hmm.
That's more of a curse, I'd say, than a song.
I I I kind of thought about the imaginary friend that you were singing about,
Well,
but
yeah, it's a fictitious character. It's about a
yeah,
fictitious character.
but you know, you never wish bad on nobody. But after
It's not
listening to
about
that,
any. It's about a fictitious character. It's not a real
yeah,
person.
yeah,
Yeah.
but even still, then you don't wish anybody, any fictitious character, anybody, to go through what he went through. You know, you just want everybody to be happy. And you know, it's funny as I get up in age. The one thing I keep trying to tell folks in my life, I just want to be happy. It's never about money. Money will come and go. So will friends, but my happiness will last for me for a lifetime. And that's the most important thing. I'm always telling people: be happy, because if you don't, trust me, this world will run you over.
You're right. I have to play some theme music for all your inspirational words. Yeah, well, I mean, look, if there is somebody remotely close to the fictitious character that he died at 37 is about, then yeah, I guess I shouldn't wish bad things on them. But as far as I know, there isn't anybody who, you know, um, went through such hardships in life and grew up and tore down his peers, praying to God that nobody ever finds out the truth about how he turned tricks on South Beach when he was young. I mean, I don't know, but it is what it is.
You
I'm not
know,
perfect. I'm
you
not
know
perfect.
the great what they say. The greatest compliment is when someone, I can't think of it on the top of my head,
Hmm.
but whenever you do a song about someone, comedian, whatever, it's a sincere form of flattery. So you have to be
Mm,
you have to be important in somebody's life for them to either talk about you,
I
sing
see what you're
about you, or write
saying.
about you.
If I was
So yeah,
writing about a specific person,
yeah.
but I'm
But
not.
but but your creativeness is getting better and better. That's one thing I do like.
It's my therapy, art therapy. There's actually been a lot in the news lately when it comes to the benefits of art therapy. For some people, their art might be writing. Some people, their art might be music. Some people, their art might be painting. I need so much therapy that I do all of that. But
Your therapy is when you talk to me, Adam, every week.
uh-huh. Well, I mean, plus I get this therapy session weekly. I mean, this is a blessing. This is a
That's
wonderful
right.
blessing. But yeah, I guess what you're really saying is be careful with the songs, Alexandra. So I will be. I'll be careful with them.
It's a weepy.
And he died at 37, might not ever be completed. Um, or it might. As of current, someone who might think that the song is about them, but it isn't, seems to have gone into hiding. You know? Hope I don't read any obituaries anytime soon. But
We go, we gonna think positively because the one that's in hiding, I really want him to go to court with you to go ahead and speak his mind and let the judge make a decision. And once he make that decision, which we know is gonna be in your favor regardless, he'll leave you alone. Just go
thing
back,
is,
go back about your business.
criminals and pimps, they can't go into a courtroom. They can't. That's the thing. That's the thing. So I'm going to end this one a little bit early tonight because I am a little bit drained. But Alexandra Mayers Live continues. Of course, everybody, you can always follow me on Twitter at
I'm
Alex
gonna
Mayers
go.
Live. All right, Adam, well, we're going to head out also.
I'll
You
talk
can
to you in about
follow.
in a week or two.
All right, well, thanks for hanging in there, Adam. Sleep well. Good night and sweet
Good night.
Night,
dreams.
Adam.
Sweet dreams. Sweet dreams.
And good night to Anthony. If you love Anthony's political views, such as I do, then you are going to want to follow Anthony on Twitter. He's at Brooks underscore Anthony. And that's about it for tonight. You can check out the archives of Alexandra Mayers Live on youtube.com/Alexandra Mayers or alexandramayers live.com. And that's it, because I think I'm about to fall asleep just like you are. Or just like Adam did. Oh, gosh. All right, that's it for tonight. Thank you
Have a
for coming
have a
in,
good
and
week, my
thanks for
friend.
all your encouragement and advice, as always.
No problem. Have a great week.
All right, you too. Bye.
Bye bye.